Hello everybody, we are back at it again with, I think, part 5? I can't remember. I'll be honest. But we are looking for all the dinosaur dossiers. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment to the channel. It helps us with the algorithm. And it is a huge help, and I appreciate it so very much. And we will get on with the show. I will see you at our first stop. Bye. All right, so we are here at what's going to be our first note. That is the green obelisk. Let me get up a little higher here. That's the green obelisk. This is a water fountain. This is one of 2 plateaus. In ASE, this would be known, the second plateau here is the metal plateau that we're used to seeing, that used to be completely empty and flat and filled with a lot of metal. It's no longer flat and filled with a bunch of metal. So this note is the Giganotosaurus note. And that's going to be our first one. And we are at latitude 43.6. Longitude 69.3. Very easy note to get to, and we will see you all at the next one. All right, for our next one, we are going to turn around here. And we're going to head for the top of the mountain. And if you're wondering why I always say see you at the next one, but I don't necessarily pop up at a next one, it allows me to know when to stop my chapters. So when I post the video, every time I'm watching it to get my chapters in, I hear, I will see you at the next one. And that's when I know to cut it to my next chapter. Just so y'all know why I keep repeating that. But anyways, up at the top of this mountain, and I'll show you guys, that's the mountain we're at. And because they changed everything visually, sometimes it's not exactly where it was in ASE. There it is. So there's nothing, there's no pillars or anything, it's just sitting at the top of the mountain.
Found along the island's many inland waterways, Eurypterid have become exceptionally adept at hunting and foraging. This species of otter has to be particularly cunning because of its diminutive size and fierce competition for its preferred food source, fish. It is not a creature that excels at combat and would not naturally pose as an intimidating threat to any predators. Finding packs of river otters is simple enough. They are distinguished by their elongated bodies, bushy tails, and webbed feet. Their trusting and inquisitive nature ensures they are often hunted for their lustrous fur, but many prefer to tame them to become trusted companions. There are few creatures which provide the companionship that Eurypterid does. Rather than travelling beside you, it would prefer to comfortably rest on your back, providing insulation. Once domesticated, it can be told to harvest fish on demand, with a specific goal in mind from the fish that it consumes. The otter has a knack for foraging silica pearls, and can even yield a slight chance at finding black pearls within.
There we go. And we are at latitude 33.3, longitude 60.6. And we are off to the next one. All right, this next one is pretty easy. So you're looking for the redwoods with the log. If you want an idea of where we're at, that's kind of where we're at on the map. It's latitude 47.8, longitude 64.8. Then we're going to look over here. This whole area has changed since ASA, but this is, right there's the trench. That's what we're looking for. We want the trench. And we're going to sit right here. You can see the big rock. And it is right there. So, log, fallen redwood log, trench, big rock. I hear something eating. Of course it would be a dillo. Come here, dillo. All right, I think we're safe.
When someone asks me what the fastest creatures on the island are, Gallimimus is always a contender. Unlike the island's many armored animals, Gallimimus eschews strong defenses for the ability to outrun pretty much anything. A skittish herbivore, Gallimimus even looks nervous when eating in a peaceful, clear meadow. Having no real way to harm predators, it simply runs away and uses its agility to stay safe. I've even seen wild Gallimimus outrun speed-trained Utyraptors. There are two general camps on the use of tamed Gallimimus. One camp thinks that their inability to effectively harm hostile creatures and their inability to harvest most resources makes them primarily a burden to the tribe. The other camp thinks that their extreme speed and ability to jump long distances is among the best for scouting and exploring. However, both camps agree that its ability to quickly transport multiple tribe members is uniquely beneficial.
All right, so that's that one. Before I get back down. It is at 44.9 latitude, 64.4 longitude. And that'll get you the, she calls it a Gallimimus. Gallimimus. Dossier. You say tomato, I say tomato. Off to the next one. All right, so our next one isn't far from here. And we're going to use this trench as a handrail. We're going to follow the trench. And all right, here we go. This is the end of the trench. But you can see this cliff here still goes. So we're going to follow this cliff. And there we are.
Dunkleosteus loriciraptor is a very strange creature. It is a fairly large fish, covered head to tail in armoured plates, with incredibly powerful jaws. It tends to eat the island's water-dwelling crustaceans, trawling the seabed, as it is not fast enough to catch most of the smaller fish. Dunkleosteus is surprisingly combat-oriented for a fish. Its well-armoured body protects it from many creatures, while its bite is strong enough to easily crush through chitinous shells. Dunkleosteus is an incredibly useful fish for coastal communities. Its powerful jaws make short work of the stone and oil formations found throughout the oceanic depths. While harvesting, Dunkleosteus can defend its rider from all but the largest threats in the waters, and once it is past its prime, the Dunkleosteus itself can be harvested for a fair amount of chitin.
There we go. And this puts us at latitude 43, longitude 56.1. And we are off to the next one. All right, so this next one, that's the volcano. And we are at this huge jetty that jets out. The redwoods are over there, volcano, jetty that jets out. All right, and we're gonna go to the very top here to this little peak, face the redwoods, and come straight down. And what we're looking for, see these little rocks and stuff, come straight down. So there's that rock there. I think we're good. Nope, I think I'm off. I think it should have been this rock. I think. Alright, I gotta wait for the trees to clear so I can see. Yep, there it is. Alright, I was right. So when you come down from that peak up there, you're going to find these rocks and you're going to come right down. And it is right here. It's a flat ruin, so it's kind of hard to see.
Found only in the deepest depths of the waters around the island, Eurypterids are dangerous and adaptable arthropods. As likely to hunt as they are to scavenge, a Eurypterid rarely has difficulty finding food to keep itself nourished, even at the bottom of the ocean. A Eurypterid's threat comes not directly from its raw strength. Instead, it combines a hard defensive exoskeleton with debilitating poison to powerful effect. The sting of a Eurypterid increases torpor while reducing stamina, quickly rendering its opponent unable to defend itself. While Eurypterids are not intelligent enough to be tamed, this doesn't mean they are without utility to tribes. They are a wonderful source of chitin, and their digestive tract often contains silicate pearls. They sometimes even have ingested incredibly rare black pearls, used by survivors for advanced manufacturing, making them among the most valuable creatures on the island.
There we go. And our things are latitude 43.2, longitude 48.9. And we are off to the next one. All right, we are back at the top of the hill that we were just on. Remember, we went down there to go get the Eurypterid dossier. We're just going to turn around. And there it is. That's a pretty blue. New level 30, go figure. All right, I'm getting sidetracked.
One of the smallest predators on the island, Compsognathus curiosicaris, can be seen as a pet, a pest, or a threat. While alone, Compsognathus is not dangerous or aggressive. In larger packs, however, it remembers its underlying carnivorous nature. After a group of Compsognathus grows to a certain size, their pack mentality always seems to embolden them to attack. For some reason, Compsognathus is not naturally afraid of humans. Rather, it seems to be quite curious about humans and their instruments of survival. They tend to be drawn towards humans out of this curiosity, and then call their packmates to help explore their discovery. This usually leads to aforementioned pack aggression, with dangerous results. Compsognathus gain increasingly significant attack power and speed when in close proximity to other Compsognathus, as their pack aggression takes over their behaviour. Additionally, their distress call carries quite far, rapidly alerting the tribe and its pets to danger more efficiently, and increasing the likelihood of forming a so-called Compy gang.
There's that one. And we are at latitude 39.7, longitude 49.1. And we will see you all at the next one. All right, our next one is really close by as well. So this is the open field in between the volcano and I can't remember what that mountain is, but we're gonna look here. You can see it's like almost like a little trench that leads into the jungle. We're gonna look over here. Did they move it that far over? Where is it?
No food.
Well, now I have to look. All right, it's not up here. It's not in there. Huh. Did they just sit a ruin here, but they didn't put... So then where's... This is a little interesting. I'm gonna have to bring you guys back. Alright, I think I finally found it. They made it... Why is there random queen bees flying around? Alright, maybe I found it. Maybe I didn't. Where am I? Okay. So, we are here at the open field. And they made these, there used to be just small ruins here. It's not small anymore. It's big. Very big. And if you go down right here, we're just gonna end him real quick.
Coelacanth nutritia is one of the few creatures on the island with a relative which can be found back home. The coelacanth thrive in the waters around the island, as well as within rivers and lakes. Unlike most coelacanths, coelacanth nutritia meat contains less oil and urea. In fact, it is one of the healthiest sources of meat I've yet found. Most coelacanths are opportunistic feeders that eat anything smaller than itself, likely including baby water snakes, insect and plant life, and perhaps each other. While their limited intelligence makes them unsuitable for taming, coelacanths provide a viable source of meat for coastal or water-dwelling tribes. Many a day has been spent fishing by the water's edge, often with surprising results, as coelacanths often have consumed discarded garbage that is sometimes of great value. Due to their small size, though, a larger tribe would require a significant number of coelacanths to feed itself.
There we go. And before we take off, we are at latitude 32.5, longitude 50.4. Again, if you come off the mountain from the last two places we were at, which is right here, that was the mountain that we came from. So if you come into the field, you can't miss those ruins. Like right as you're facing the snow mountain, and then you come right into the ruins and it's right there. So, all right, I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, we are now back closer to camp. And if you look, there's the red obelisk, there's the waterfall. Over here is where we want to go. Okay, right here. Heading that way, you got the swamp. Over that way is going to be Bob's Beach. But this is the area we're looking at. We're looking for that cliff right here. And hiding in here, you see it? Very much hiding.
Smilodon brutalis is a solitary hunter, generally found in cold, lightly wooded areas. The island's mountains are the perfect habitat, as the mammal's fur keeps it safe from the bitter temperature. While its huge fangs are excellent for delivering death blows, the creature's claws can be just as deadly. Despite normally being a solitary creature, Smilodon brutalis are not opposed to hunting in small packs. In fact, they have to do this to take down larger prey such as mammoths. Enough sabertooths can take down a Carnotaurus, perhaps even a Tyrannosaurus. Either way, Smilodon brutalis should not be underestimated. While not as fast as raptors, there's no denying the sabertooth's increased resilience and power. In addition, well-trained sabertooth can be taught to use their claws to flay corpses. This may sound morbid, but it is among the best ways to quickly gather large quantities of hide from the giant beasts of the island.
Can we just take a minute and appreciate the species? Smilodon brutalis. That's just brutal smile. That's just great. Okay. So we are at latitude 81.7, longitude 22.1. And that is our Smilodon brutalis. And I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, so from here, our next one's pretty easy too. We're just gonna come over here. We're looking for that cliff. And it should be right around here somewhere. Maybe it's farther down. Maybe I'm looking wrong cliff. No, this is too far. So it is this cliff. Where is it? There it is. So I was right. Right at the big... See, in ASE, it was like down here by the rocks. But there's a nice little ruin here.
Liopleurodon magicus is a mid-sized ocean creature, typically between 20 and 25 feet long. I've yet to directly encounter one myself, but from the tales other tribes have shared, it compares to no other on the island. The rumours indicate that this beautiful creature has magical properties. However, the sightings are so rare, it's hard to decipher old tribes' tales from the underlying truth. They say that Liopleurodon is an elusive creature that can harness its magical powers to retreat from predators or aggressors of any kind. That the beekeeping tribes claim that their honey is so sweet that not even the Liopleurodon could resist. Liopleurodon is rumoured to bring good fortune to those adventurous enough to tame it. With the Liopleurodon by their side, tribes have apparently managed to obtain treasure beyond their wildest dreams. Supposedly, even after you've gained its favor, it remains incredibly aloof and will eventually use its abilities to escape even the strictest of captivity.
The water unicorn. All right, so we are at latitude 82.8, longitude 20. And we are off to the next one. Did I not turn that on? Oh my word, I don't think I did. All right. So we were at this one. And if you go up to this tree, come on, Huey, get out. You go up to the tree and come right down here. You have the Kentrosaurus, and the chords are latitude 83, longitude 19.2. And I will see you all at the next one. All right, our next one, I'm gonna come over here. So there's the red obelisk, here's the waterfall. We're gonna come up in here. There's the second waterfall, and right here is the Pachyrhinosaurus, or Pachyrhinosaurus. That's its dossier. And we are at latitude 82.2, longitude 15.8. And I will see you all at the next one. Okay, the next one, we're going to continue up here. So here's the island right before you get to the big pond. And see, in ASE there was no ruins, I don't think. But there is this time. So there's the big island. This is like, I think they're attached, but it's a smaller side of the island.
Megatherium formipava is one of the larger mammals on the island. This is most shocking because it is essentially a giant sloth, if you crossbred it with an elephant and a bear. Because of its size and girth, the Megatherium is uncommonly resistant to being knocked unconscious. Despite primarily being a herbivore, a typical Megatherium is very intent on consuming the island's many insects. It is particularly adept at removing their insides without damaging much of the shell, maximizing extraction of chitin. The otherwise slow and peaceful Megatherium becomes faster and aggressive in the presence of these creatures. Megatherium is an incredibly useful creature to tame, so long as you don't intend to fight other tribes. Its enormity, high resistance to torpor, and voracious attitude toward insects and arachnids makes it ideal for farming large quantities of chitin from the bugs of the island, or simply defending against them.
There we go. And this puts us at latitude 79, longitude 16.6. And I will see you all at the next one. I don't know what's going on with my record button, but this is now the second time that it has shut off. So, here's the Megatherium dossier, right? Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go diagonal up this hill from there. And you're going to find some ruins. And on the back side of these ruins is the Yutyrannus dossier. And that is at latitude 77.9, longitude 19.1. I can't believe that's the second time my record button has failed and it stopped recording. Anyways, I will see you all at the next one. All right, so for this next one, there's the swamp. There's the cliff. This is Rhinonothy area. This is actually where, in fact, there's one right there. Pretty sure. Maybe I was just seeing things. No, I'm still pretty sure there's one there. Either way, this is a Rhinonothy area. This is actually where I got Huey from, so be cautious. What we're gonna do is follow this cliff. And there it is right there. Okay, so this is the Iguanodon dossier. Like I said, you just follow the cliff. Just follow the cliff. And this is latitude 64.4, longitude 20.4. Just be cautious because we are on the edge of the swamp, so it's not really, maybe not a beginner note. But it is one. Oh my word. It is one that is relatively easy to get to on a flying mount. So let's get out of here. I'll see y'all at the next one. All right, so the next one, we are on top of a hill. I'll show you on the map. So here's where we're at. It's latitude 68, longitude 14.3. And we're gonna go right here, facing the ocean. And we're gonna walk straight down. You're gonna see a little path. We're gonna take the path because it's easier.
Moschop cebu mutante in the wild is a lazy, cowardly creature that typically lives in the island's forests, primarily making its home among the great redwoods of the western regions. It survives by being extremely flexible in its eating habits and completely averse to fighting. It never starves, since it can eat just about anything. It runs at the slightest provocation, but is still often preyed upon. What makes Moschops particularly interesting is what it can be trained to do with its eating habits. With a versatile palate and tough teeth, Moschops can be tamed for a unique ability. Over time, it can be accurately taught exactly which things to gnaw, increasing the likelihood of harvesting the specific resource its master desires. For example, teach it to prioritize chewing prime meat, and prime meat will be easier to harvest from the flesh it consumes. Likewise for rare plants materials, and so forth. Just don't expect Moschops to protect you though. Even after taming, it will quickly flee when enemies are nearby. Regardless of being fed well, its strength, or how much affection you shower on it, Moschops retains its inherent cowardly nature. Its lack of combat might deter the use of this companion, but the ability to ride Moschops while making use of its diverse harvesting is a rare treat.
All right, and our coordinates are latitude 66.7, longitude 11.9. And we will see you all at the next one. All right, for our next one, we're going to head back to the top of the hill. Alrighty. We're going to face the red obelisk. We're going to walk right down, and you can see it right there. Can't miss it. I obviously didn't miss it because I had already grabbed it. This is the Onyx dossier. We are at latitude 69.1, longitude 14.6. That should put you right on that one. Really easy to find, and I will see you all at the next one. All right, our next one again is really close. So here's the top of the mountain. We are going to go this direction. There should be those ruins there. We're going to follow this cliff. You can see it kind of ends with the second cliff over there, and it actually picks back up again over here. So we're going to keep following it, and that'll lead us right here to our next one.
Oviraptor philodiptor is a small to medium-sized carnivore, common in the jungles and beaches of the island. Despite being a carnivore, Oviraptor's main source of food is eggs, which it steals from nests. Unlike any other creature, Oviraptor seems to be able to surreptitiously steal these eggs, usually without attracting the attention of an irate mother. In an incredible feat of natural selection, Oviraptor seems to emit a chemical pheromone that affects many creatures as an aphrodisiac. Mated creatures are much more likely to create new eggs while Oviraptor is around, which allows the Oviraptor to go about its business unperturbed. Too small to fight or ride, Oviraptor is still one of the more commonly tamed creatures on the island. Its pheromone ensures an increased stream of eggs from nearby mated wild creatures for breeding, eating, or cooking kibble. Oviraptor will autonomously do the dirty work of stealing eggs from other tribes or wild dinos on your behalf, without attracting unwanted attention. They also make quite adorable sounds, so many children simply like to keep them around as rather strange companions.
And we are at latitude 60.4, longitude 18.6. And I will see you all at the next one. All right, this next one can be a little bit more difficult to find. So if you can't find it, don't worry, you're not a dodo. So we're gonna go up here. Oop, no, wrong button. All right. So we have that large rock there. Oh, why can't I? There we go. And then this large rock here. And I'm gonna walk directly in. I'm gonna have to wait for the trees. Like I said, this one can be difficult because it's a small one. So we're gonna walk up this hill. And it should be all right, come on. Watch me walk right over the top of it. Hi, Trudon. It should have been right here. Where did I miss? Alright, I'll have to bring you guys back when I find it. Alright, I found it. So, just remember, if you can't find it, you are not a dodo, I promise you. This one is very difficult. So we have Oviraptor Dossier. We're going to go up here to this pointed part of the cliff. That is not what I wanted. So from this pointed part of the cliff, and you're going to want to aim, you can see where my waypoint is, just slightly to the right of that tree. And we're going to walk straight in. And it's right there. Now, there was a tree here. There was also a palm. So it is very hard to see.
Raphis replicare, more commonly known as the dodo bird, is quite possibly the dumbest creature I've ever seen in my life. It wanders around the beaches of the island, pecking berries off bushes and being eaten by all manner of carnivore. Without the dodo, the whole island's food chain would disintegrate. This subspecies of the dodo has developed an unbelievably clever way to sustain itself. They mate constantly. I'm fairly convinced that they reach full maturity within a week of being born. This is the only trait keeping them populous on the island. While it can be done, there is almost no reason to domesticate a Raphis replicare. It cannot carry enough to be a beast of burden, it does not provide much food, and it's too stupid to show companionship. It could work as a last-ditch food source though, so I suppose keeping some around for lean times has a certain logic.
All right. And our coordinates for this one are latitude 57.9, longitude 16.7. And that is going to call it quits for this video. And I will see you all next time if I can get a good view. Bye.